Everyone, welcome to EduMoon Tutorials. My name is Srinitya and I'm going to be teaching you engineering drawing. In the first video, we discussed about introduction to engineering drawing, we discussed about lines and introduction to dimensioning. In this video, we'll discuss about the other topics. Before we start with the other topics, let us take a look at how to use the mini drafter. That is this. Okay, let me show you how to fit the drafter. So first we unscrew this and we fit it into the leftmost corner of the table. Next we need to unscrew this, move the scales to our side, and if you look closely, there is a white line here. This needs to point at 0, the 0 marking on the circular scale. So it shouldn't be like this, it has to mark at, it should point at the 0 marking, and then you can tighten it. You need to secure your chart paper using pins or tape, as I've done here. I've just used a normal paper, but you can secure your chart paper. And the chart paper has to be parallel to your board. We can draw horizontal lines using this scale and vertical lines using the vertical scale. These two scales, that is the horizontal scale and the vertical scale, are at 90 degrees to each other, so we can draw a right angle as well. The mini drafter consists of 3 scales: the horizontal scale, the vertical scale, and a circular scale. The circular scale has, it is almost like a protractor. Let us draw a 30-degree angle. Now we have to set the drafter to 30 degrees, that is the white line has to point to 30 degrees. And then you tighten it. So now this angle is 30 degrees. As you can see, there are 2 sets of readings on the circular scale. That is, this is one set 0 to 90 and 0 to 90. If I point the white marking to the angles of this set of angles, let us say 30 degrees. Now this scale is going to point towards 30 degrees. So this is 30 degrees. And since these 2 scales are perpendicular to each other, this will be 120 degrees. That is. So now this full angle is 120 degrees and this is 30 degrees. If I point the white marking to 30 degrees of the second set of readings, this scale will point 30 degrees downwards. So now this angle is 30 degrees. This is 30. This entire thing is 120. So this is 30, and now this will point at 60 degrees. That is, this is 60. This is not how dimensioning is done. I've just shown a rough diagram. Next, let us look at dimensioning. We have already discussed dimensioning of lines. Now we'll take a look at dimensioning of angles. Before we go there, I think I did not mention this in the previous video. That is, if any object or any line is has a measurement less than 8 mm or 5 mm, the dimensioning is done like this. That is, the arrows are placed outside the extension lines and they point inward. To dimension angles, we will be using a compass. Let us dimension this too. We are just drawing an arc using a 2H pencil and we're placing arrowheads at its ends. There is no need of extension lines while dimensioning angles. Angles can also be dimensioned, that is acute angles can also be dimensioned similar to this. That is, if the angle is very small and the arrowheads won't fit, then we can dimension similar to this. I'll show you here. The arc is drawn outside the angles and we'll place the arrowheads inwards, pointing inwards. Let us take a look at some conventions. This is for dimensioning circles and spheres. R represents radius, phi represents diameter, the symbol square or SQ represents square, sphere or SR or S phi represent sphere. Let us dimension this circle. We are going to mark its diameter and place arrowheads at both the ends. We are going to extend this dimension line Now this place is used for writing the dimension of this circle. That is, this circle is 28 mm diameter. So as I said, diameter is 5. So diameter 28. That's how you dimension a circle. 2 points to remember while dimensioning are: no two extension lines should cross each other, and we have to dimension a feature only once. For example, in a square, all the sides are equal. That is, for example, if the side is 20, this is 20, this is 20, this is 20. You don't need to dimension it 20 all 4 times. You can just mark one side and it will be understood. Next, let us take a look at types of dimensioning. First one, chain dimensioning. In chain dimensioning, chains of single dimensions are drawn. That is, if in this example, the total length is 85 and then each of the parts of the given object is also dimensioned. Dimensioning from a common feature. As the name suggests, we are going to use one feature. Let us say in this example we have used 20. From this extension line, using this as the common extension line, we are going to dimension the others as well. So as you can see, this is 20. In this we have separately dimensioned 20, 30. But here we have directly dimensioned 20, 60, 30, 75, 100. Next we have parallel dimensioning. Parallel dimensioning is similar to this. It's basically just that the dimensions are parallel to one another. Next we have superimposed running dimensioning. In this, the dimensions are placed to one corner as shown in the diagram, and they are used when there is a limitation of space. Next we have combined dimensioning. That is, it is the combination of chain dimensioning and parallel dimensioning. As you can see in the figure, here it is chain dimensioning and this is parallel dimensioning. That is, these two dimensions are parallel to each other. Next we have progressive dimensioning. Here we use a point, that is 0, and from here we dimension, that is 0 to 20, 0 to here it is 30, 0 to this point it is 45. There are two systems of dimensioning: aligned system and unidirectional system. In aligned system, The dimensions that represent the horizontal lines are read from bottom to top, and the dimensions that represent the vertical lines are read from left to right. That is, we read 40 and we read this as 60. In unidirectional system, all the dimensions read from bottom of the sheet and they're used in big drawings. As you can see, all the dimensions are readable without turning the paper. In this video, we have discussed about dimensioning. In next video, we'll discuss about later topics. Thank you for watching.